and welcome to the most metal Monday night. I'm your host, Robb Zipp, and tonight I have Ancient Entities from Milwaukee, Wisconsin joining me. They will be playing at the Maryland Metal Fest on May 17th at the Rave/Eagles Club. So without further ado, let's bring in Alex and Jake. How you guys doing tonight?
How's it going, man?
Yeah. All
I'm
right.
doing great. How about yourself?
I'm fantastic. I'm psyched. I'm psyched to have you guys on the show tonight.
Yeah, man, we're excited
to be here.
Awesome. Now I've talked to Alex a little bit, via text, and I know I've seen Alex before in his other project. But Jake, are you in any other bands that I might have seen before?
Yeah, Ancient Enemies is just kind of my my main project right now. Putting all my time and effort into that. I was in a band from Madison, a thrash band for a while called Distillery. But yeah, I'm all Ancient right now.
All right, so Ancient Entities. This is super exciting. You guys are an independent band, but you're making big waves. You have your album coming out, Echoes of Annihilation.
Nice.
Right, I practiced that right before, right, Alex?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Nice. So I did get a chance to listen to it. It's not going to come out until when's it coming out? In May? June 21st. Yeah, yep. So I'm like super. I got the super advanced copy there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
What'd you think of it? We put a lot of time into writing that one.
It was some tasty death metal, man. Some groovy licks. It was produced well. Sometimes, with death metal, you don't necessarily have to be on a big label, but there's a wide range of production that can happen with an independent death metal release. And you guys did it. You guys did it. It's really good. I would have not known that it was a independent production if I didn't see that on there. I would have thought it was maybe not Morris sound, but still killer.
Yeah, I think it sounds great. I loved how the production came out. That album was recorded in a lot of different places. Like guitars were tracked at my house, drums were done in Chicago. So we were all over, but then we ended up going through Hertz Studio in Poland, who actually has done several Decapitated, Vader, Hate releases. So we were really happy to work with them.
Decapitated were just here in Houston on Saturday, and I had tickets, but I was in Maui. So I could one of those things,
Yeah. Hey, that sounds all right too, man. Yeah, Hertz is a studio. I mean, like with all the releases that they've done, that's a lot of my favorite death metal bands, and that's a studio I've wanted to work with for many, many, many years, probably since I've started playing music. And it was definitely a real honor to work with them and have them work on our album and accept our album.
How did that happen?
We basically all just decided that we kind of wanted to go through them, and I emailed them, and at first they were like, all right, send us some material, and we'll see if we want to work on it. And I was a little nervous because I thought like, oh man, I don't think they're gonna have time to do it because they record so many people at that studio, and including like pop stars, and like they don't do just like death metal. It's kind of like everyone. So they have quite a clientele list, especially in Europe. So eventually they got back to us, and they're like, yeah, man, this is sick. We want to work with you. And it was a long process, a little longer than I think we hoped to take, but the end result was exactly what we wanted, I think.
Yeah, I feel like it's worth it. We felt honored that they wanted to work with us. I do a little bit of audio production at the house, so I threw together like a demo, and they were like, yeah, like they listened through a few of the songs, and they're like, yeah, we're really interested in working with you. So for someone, that has like that many big names on their clientele list to be like, oh, we want to work with you, we felt very honored by it.
Well, that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, Alex, I know you play guitar. Jake, what do you play?
I also play guitar.
Okay, so we got the two guitarists.
Yep.
Awesome. And do you guys do any backing vocals, or is it just one vocalist?
I do one. I do a one puke, like a like
Yeah,
this, yeah.
yeah, nice. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it would be awesome if you guys did like a chorus of blacks. Like,
Yep. Yeah, like whole gang vocals, just
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it at once.
yeah.
That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
I was thinking, for the next album, something like that, like do like the triple threat or something like that.
Yeah, man.
On
You gotta
certain
give
parts.
me credit on that one for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll throw your name on there, man.
Oh yeah, I can send in some black files too.
Oh yeah.
Jake's like, yeah, whatever, dude.
No, that's just his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just look like this.
So I got connected with you guys. I got the email from oh, here we go. We got Patrick here. I don't know Patrick. I guess you guys know Patrick?
Hey, Patrick. Oh, it might be.
Oh, Patrick, yeah.
Is that like Patrick?
Yeah, our number
What's
one
up,
fan.
man? Yeah,
All right.
that's a good friend. I got a lot of photos with that
Good
dude.
dude.
Shout out to Patrick.
All right, shout out to Patrick. I guess we'll meet Patrick at the Milwaukee Metal Fest, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he should be there. He
So
goes.
this'll-
He's a huge supporter of our band. He goes to everything that we do. So
That's
pretty
awesome.
Cool. Mhm.
That's awesome. Well, so I've got the EPK right in front of me. So do you want me to read this? This is from John, our mutual friend John Asher.
Mm-hmm.
We think fans first hearing the album will find there is a refreshing mix of styles of death metal, modern, old school, and some sounds in between. Over the last 2 years of playing and testing out markets, we can definitely say the massive sound of Ancient Entities will be well received by all fans of metal, old and new, on record as well. Okay. The goal of Ancient Entities is to bring you back to ancient times to portray and capture the feel of the lyrics and subjects of our songs through powerful music, ambiance, and riffs. Who wrote that? It's
Well,
John probably wrote that.
It's just credited Ancient Entities.
I wrote a draft of it, and then John probably made it sound a little more intelligent.
Yeah.
I'm a musician, not a writer, so that's what
Actually,
I hired him for.
I might be able to show this. I can do. I can show this. Is it okay to present the EPK? Can we show
Yeah,
this?
go ahead.
Yeah, of course, go for it, man.
All right. Yeah. Because I have it opened up on Dropbox. So let me see. Can we see that there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what the Dropbox looks like there. So there's your track listing. And there's the date. It's self-release coming out June 21st. You do have one track available to stream right now.
Mhm.
Pierced by Obsidian, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
dropped that single a few weeks ago. It's
Yeah.
out streaming on all services, on YouTube, everything.
Yeah, and I did subscribe to your YouTube. We'll take
Thanks.
a look at that here in a few minutes. So mixing, mastering done at Hertz by Wolfjack Wislowski. Did I say that close?
Yeah, I think it's
I think Wojtek is how
yeah,
I had to look
yeah,
that
I
one up.
think
Well,
it's
yeah,
close to
that sounds more right. I have some friends in Poland but I've not been there yet.
Polish is really hard. So.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you guys have a lot of credits here. But all songs written by Alex, Bernardo, and Brian. Special credit to Luke Veranth for contributing to songs. Jake, you recorded guitars on songs 1 through 8. Cole, bass 1 through 8. So what happened? I guess 9 is that's just an ambient sound, right?
Yeah, the intro
Yeah.
track.
Intro.
Or
It's an outro.
actually,
You have an intro. C Note Sagrado is your intro, and it's Damiato ad Flamas. Was that an outro?
Okay, so I kind of had I might have actually kind of screwed that up a little bit.
Okay.
It's actually 2 through 9 would be we added the intro onto the album, kind of like a last minute thing or whatever. That's like what we've been using as our live intro, but I just recently got it mastered and everything, and we decided we wanted to put it on the album.
Gotcha.
So
it's Cenote Sagrado, right?
yeah.
So that's like the sacred water hole.
Yeah, it was kind of like a sacred, like sacrificial well.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one
Nice.
kills live. That's really fun for us. We walk out to that one. You got to
Cool.
come out to a show, man. I can't explain it. It's a lot of power.
No, I'm
behind
gonna
the
be
song
I'm
that
gonna
we
be
do.
at Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you get? Oh, well, let's continue. So yeah, here you go. There's a track by track. That's your intro. Sonote Sagrado. Then so then of course your first actual song is a song about Nero, the burning of Rome. That's awesome. Creatures in the Sand is about the creation of human race from the perspective of the Anunnaki.
hmm
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we're obviously with Ancient Entities. We go for the whole like trying to display like ancient history from many different cultures. And I
Okay,
think that's fun for everyone. Like, like the
yeah,
people down in Mexico really like that, like seeing all the
yeah.
Aztec kind of stuff.
Well,
So
yeah. I
there's
mean,
something for everyone.
you do have is that an Aztec or Mayan pyramid on your cover?
Yeah, I believe he's actually our previous drummer now. We just parted ways with him, but he did our artwork, and I think he actually spliced together a couple different pyramids. I thought is what he was saying.
Okay.
And then he kind of created that one, and yeah, I mean it's um, definitely Aztec Mayan related, and yeah, so.
Yeah, they you can see it right there. There's the cover.
Mhm.
Echoes of Annihilation. I can't
Love
say
to hear it.
I can't not say it that way. I'm sorry. I can't. Echoes of Annihilation. See, that doesn't fit you guys.
It's a little less brutal, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing I love about the lineup at Milwaukee Metal Fest is that there is every kind of metal there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
We have a
It's
lot of
definitely-
we have a ton of different styles on our day in particular, which is pretty interesting. You have like us, and then is it Incantation is playing the same day as
Yep,
us, right?
Incantation's playing.
So
Blind
there's like
Guardian.
death metal, and then there's like Havoc too, which is one of my favorite bands. I come from like a thrash background, so
Yeah.
I'm so stoked to see those guys. I haven't seen them in forever.
I've never seen them, and they have like a sweet bass sound.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
they have a great bass. Yeah, they're definitely one of those bands I've never seen that I'd love to see.
Mhm.
So let me see. I can show this real quick. Since we're talking about the festival. So the first day, you guys are playing on the 17th. There's a lot of power metal
Mhm.
on the main stage with
Yep.
Blind Garden, Camelot, Symphony X. And then you got Overkill, Autopsy. Autopsy and Doro, Incantation, Hammerfall,
Profanatica.
Grofanatica, Macabre. There's
Love
Havoc,
Macabre.
Nunslaughter from Cleveland,
Mhm.
Eternal Champion. I just saw Heathen and Visigoth, Uada, which, man, I've all listen. I have a weird thing with black metal, but the song Jin by the song Jin by Uada, I could just listen to that all fucking night. Like,
Nice.
I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
have a really good. It's almost like a. The band Magla. I think they're really similar to them. They have a very similar sound. It's like almost like that, like melodic, like almost like rock and roll black metal, but it
Yeah.
also has like the really brutal riffs in between, and it's really well written music. Those dudes rule. I've seen them live twice now.
Nice. And I know they're touring with Bewitcher.
Yep.
So Bewitcher are playing that day, and
Oh, I forgot it. Yeah, actually, I've played shows with those guys before, actually, but it was like 4 years ago. That'd be cool to see them.
Necrofire, they're from Houston. The singer for Necrofire, he put on Hell's Heroes here. He puts that show on. So
Awesome. Yeah.
I know those guys. So it'd be cool to run into them. Then
Mhm.
there you guys are. So how did you
Yep.
guys get on this bill?
By popular vote, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Put
Pretty
out a
much.
thing on Facebook. We were like, "Hey, go vote for us," because was it Josta who like put out a post like, "Hey, who do you want to see?" And then we got an overwhelming amount of people who were like supporting us, saying like, "Oh, you got to put Ancient Entities on. Like they're from Milwaukee." That was a cool day for me. That was I didn't know how that would work out, but it was like an overwhelming number of responses that were like, "You have to throw Ancient on here."
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I sent in a press kit about a week or two beforehand. And then I think he put that post up, and a lot of people from just all over supported, threw our name in there, and I don't even think it was people just from Wisconsin. It was like surrounding states, and
we
really
definitely had
cool.
people that we met like on tour, like down in New Orleans, and they're like, "Oh hell yeah, throw these guys on."
Yeah, so it was really cool to see that many people supporting a newer band like us.
Yeah, that's great because I know there's the pre-show, the pre-party on Thursday night, and I know Toxic Run. I know those guys. They're playing that along with H1Z1, formerly H1N1. They changed it to H1Z1, but they're playing the pre-show. Are you guys gonna?
I want to show this real quick, just while we're talking about. I'm actually the only person in the world with a Toxic Rune.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I've hung out with those guys quite a bit.
Yeah, and I've known Patrick for from H1Z1 for many years. Really old school friend of mine. All the guys that are still in that band. I think Mark and Patrick are the OGs now. But I love those guys. They're really fun.
I talked to I can't remember which one I spoke to through email, and I might have them on the show soon also. And I've had Toxic Ruin on my show several times on this channel, so I don't have their logo tattooed, but they've been on this channel. That's crazy. That's crazy, Jake.
I think it's funny. There's it's funny. I'll leave it there.
Okay, fair enough. I have a full Terror Assault tattoo on my leg.
Nice. That's sweet.
And I know, Alex, you've been there.
Oh yeah,
times.
I was there from the start. Love that festival. Joey.
That's where I got.
No, Shane,
help them out. Yeah. They've been very supportive over the years, especially with my other band, Sexual Atrocities.
Yeah.
I mean, Full Terror Assault's a great time. It's good for any underground metalhead, and it's been growing over the years, and they've just really been putting in the work, and really love those guys. And man, definitely will be there this year, hanging out as a fan for sure.
I'm really stoked for this year's lineup, so that's gonna be a lot of fun.
All right, well, it looks like I'm gonna see you guys in Milwaukee and in what's the Cave in Rock, Illinois.
Yeah. Rock.
Actually, a really interesting history behind that place. I was listening to, this is just a side note, but I want to tell everyone this. It was like America's first serial killer, right? Because the road that you drive up on it's called like Hog's Head Road or something.
Yeah.
And the dude was like, whatever Hog is his name, and he hid out there at Cave in Rock until the police found him, and then he got beheaded, and they had his skull on a stake on Hog's Head Road for like decades until.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of like interesting history there.
I didn't even know that. That's pretty brutal.
I didn't know that either. I thought you were going to talk.
Sweet.
I thought you were going to talk about the Juggalos and Lake Hepatitis, but that's even more hardcore.
Old Juggalo stomping grounds for sure.
Yeah, I mean, because they used to do the gathering of the Juggalos,
and I think they got kicked out of there.
Yeah, they did. They did. I think just everyone throwing shit at Tila Tequila, I think, was probably the last straw. Dude, when it comes to shit throwing.
Like, all right.
But so I mean, let's go back to your track. So we kind of got sidetracked. I have a little bit of ADD.
Sure.
But so I kind of maybe I smirked a little bit at talking about the Anunnaki. Sorry. Then you've got Blood Upon the Stone, the ritual of sacrificial cannibalism upon Spaniards by the Aztec tribes. We love that. Ritual autopsy, a musical description of the rituals of mummification. And then that's a nice segue into Hidden, the death and rebirth of the Egyptian god Ra.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you spelled it with a little g god. And Pierced by Obsidian is an ancient Mayan sacrificial ceremony where the victim would be tied to a stake and rained upon by obsidian-tipped arrows. That sounds like fun. Mm-hmm. And World of War, the first experience of an ancient Greek phalanx?
That'd be Wall of War, real quick.
Yeah. Wall of War, yeah. What did I say?
The World of War.
Oh. I'm thinking of World of Warcraft, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. Wall of War.
No problem.
And then your last track, Damancio ad Flammas, an ancient punishment where a victim was tied to a stake, forced to wear a flammable vest, and burned alive, starting at the chest.
We
Fun.
have we have an ongoing kind of joke with that, is like how many different ways different people in the band pronounce the name of that song.
Okay.
I call her Damn Natty Odd Flammas. It's funny, but,
I'm sure we're definitely butchering someone's language.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what am I supposed to say? This is what we're joking from, because I'm like, every time I say it, am I supposed to like pronounce it in Latin? Like, no.
I mean, I mispronounced the Polish gentleman earlier, so I'm just butchering all kinds of languages too. So it's not just you guys; it's me as well. Many apologies to the people of the world. Do you guys ever watch the Y-Files on YouTube?
No, I can't say I do.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm familiar.
Yeah, so he did an episode about the Anunnaki, talking about where that came from, and the guy who wrote the book and everything, and where the ancient alien theorists get their ideas from. It's pretty interesting. It's a good show. It's pretty funny. It's well produced, and he's got a goldfish. He calls it hecklefish. So he has a tin hat over his bowl.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
I'm
funny.
gonna have to check this out afterwards.
Yeah, for real. If you guys are into that kind of stuff, it's a fun watch or listen. You can just listen to it too on the podcast if you don't have time to watch it. But yeah, man, that's cool that you guys did a Facebook. You know, I'm not on Facebook. I'm only on YouTube and LinkedIn for work stuff. But that's cool that you guys got on to this Metal Fest basically because of people voting for you on Facebook, right?
Yeah, it was kind of Facebook, Instagram. I think most of it was on Facebook, but
metal community tends to be really strong on Facebook, actually. So that's
yeah,
yeah.
But I still hate Facebook so much.
Yeah. We're trying to stray away from it, but it's just.
But you kind of have to, right? Like as a band, you kind of have to be almost everywhere.
Yep.
So I'll put the links in the here. Let me see. Oh, I want to just copy and paste. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to copy and paste and it's selecting everything. Okay, so you guys are on Instagram, you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on Bandcamp, and you're on Big Cartel. So let's take. I actually
have a link tree I can send to you real quickly.
No, that's okay. I'll just show each thing one by one.
Do we have a band LinkedIn?
There aren't many bands that have LinkedIn.
I don't know, but I think it would be fun. It would be very funny to me. But yeah,
I had one band I interviewed once said they were on. Gosh darn it, what's it called? It's another website that Google owns, but I would have never thought that Google owned it. Where you just post pictures, but it's like, gosh, why can't I think of the name of it? Starts with like a P. It's not like Instagram. It's like it's pinboard or
Pinterest?
something. Pinterest. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say they put their flyers on Pinterest because since Google owns it, it'll show up in the Google search terms.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
Noted. Definitely. Yeah, I would do
Yeah.
stuff on Pinterest.
Yeah. But anyway, here's your YouTube channel. You don't have a whole lot on here.
Yeah, no, we kind of just started it up with like some videos that we did this year. We'll be adding more to it as we go along. But
so you see, you have 16 subscribers. One of them is me. You see, I'm subscribed.
Very nice.
There you go. I don't watch many shorts because I do watch. I'm hearing an echo. I do watch most of my YouTube on my television, and shorts look like shit on TV.
Sure. Yeah.
But let's.
Hey, we're Ancient Entities. We're going to be playing Milwaukee Metal Fest May 17th, 2024 at the Rave Eagles Club. To get your tickets, go to therave.com. And for more information, go to milwaukeemetalfest.com. See you guys out there.
There it is. Oh no, it's just gonna
Indeed.
keep. Here.
Yeah. Just keep running it in the background.
No, yeah.
Free advertising.
Hold on, I gotta stop. It's playing. I'm hearing it. There we go. Whew. I kept hearing it. So yeah, you guys put that short together.
Yeah,
you
that
know,
was done by our Burns or whatever, our previous drummer. He shot that video. His what's his new production called?
I don't know about his new one. His
His old one was called Necro Production. I think his new one is like Celestial something. I really wish I could remember it, but he does some really good video work. So he has a really nice camera. He's been shooting a lot of bands and stuff like that. But yeah, he does really good work on stuff. Metal Fest actually did a re-release of that video that was a little more up to date with the flyer and everything. They kind of split the video in different ways. It looked really cool though. So,
yeah, I mean, so the Milwaukee Metal Fest is a legendary festival that kind of went away a few years ago, right?
Yeah, it went away for a while. It was originally owned by a dude named Jack Koshik, and it was originally his fest, and then I guess Josta bought the rights to it, and I think I saw something. I can't remember if it was an interview or something like that, but I thought Trevor from Black Dahlia Murder wanted to be like a part of that in some way at some point in time before he passed. So I don't know if that's like a reason, why Josta ended up grabbing the fest or something like that. But I think I saw something like some interview or something like that someplace floating around online. I don't know how true that is or what, but if not, that's pretty cool.
Well, I think
can you
it's
imagine
just
what he would have done with that festival? That would have been.
Oh yeah,
man. Rest in peace, Trevor Sternad.
Yeah.
I just think because it was such a well-known festival, when it went away, I think a lot of people were like, what can we do to save this? And Jamie Josta from Hatebreed had the capabilities to come in. So I don't know how difficult that is to do. I mean, it's a huge festival, but
well, yeah, I mean, with the how historical the festival is, I'm sure it was like a massive undertaking, and he has to he put out a lineup that everyone's going to really like and keep the festival going. And I mean, like, dude's, I'm sure, busy as all hell putting the whole thing together. And I think he's doing a wonderful job. Festivals these days, you kind of have to do like lineups like how he's doing. You have to have like all the Euro bands. You have to have the American bands for it to be a really successful festival. And I think even back in the day, there was a lot of variety on Milwaukee Metal Fest, especially from all the flyers and stuff I've seen. I mean, I think there was a lot of death and black metal, but I think there were still kind of some of the power metal bands there. And it was a very big mix of those kinds of bands,
And those power metal bands don't come to the U.S. as often, or it's just not a big deal. I know Blind Guardian. This is going to be the end of their tour. Their last show on their tour is the Milwaukee Metal Fest. So I'm psyched to see them. They're not coming to Houston. I live in Houston. If you guys didn't know.
Okay.
Sure.
So, but that's okay because I'm going to see him in Milwaukee. And Mr. Bungle, I'm a fat guy in my mid 40s. I love everything Mike Patton related. So
yeah, same with me. I'm a big Mr. Bungle and even a like Faith No More fan. He has so many like cool side projects too. Like so many of them.
He does. But so Mr. Bungle are going to be here on May 8th, but I'm not going to even go because tickets are like $70.
Yeah. Are you staying for more days? Like how many days are you going to Milwaukee Metal Fest?
So I'm flying in on the 16th and I'm leaving on the 20th.
Okay. So you're there for like the whole weekend. Nice.
Yeah. I'll be there. Yes. So Sunday the night. Yeah, I'm leaving on the 20th. I'm hoping it's okay because we got Tyler Knight says, "Hey, what's up?"
What's up, Tyler?
Howdy, Tyler.
Howdy. That's right. That's what we say down in Texas. Howdy.
Howdy.
Yeah, so I'm staying with the photographer that I met at Hell's Heroes. She actually lives in Milwaukee. So we'll see. If you guys don't see me there, it's because she murdered me.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I was gonna extend if you need anything while you're in Milwaukee. Like I'm born and raised in Milwaukee. I know a lot of people in the town. So
well, I might need a place to stay if this other person backs out.
yeah, whatever, man.
Alex has my number. And Alex, you actually told me about somebody.
Huh. He disappeared.
Hey, well, it's my show now.
This is our interview now.
There we go. Sorry. That was I have a Mac, and the Magic Mouse, if you touch it wrong, it'll go back on the browser. Since this is browser based, it'll go back to the previous screen.
Sure, gotcha.
So anyway, Taylor says, I don't know if you remember me. I worked at the Haunted Trails last year. No, I didn't even get to go to the Haunted Trails last year, Tyler. Do you guys, so as a death metal band, do you guys get inspiration from haunted attractions during the Halloween time?
Yeah, I do big time. It's not, I wouldn't say a lot of our writing is specifically influenced, but I'm all horror everything. It's I get off work, I get home, I play horror games, watch horror movies.
I'm a big horror fan. Love the Alien series. That's a huge thing for me. And big Alien nerd.
Are you excited for the new movie?
Yeah.
The last couple I haven't really cared for, honestly.
See, I fucking loved Prometheus and Alien Covenant, but it seems to be kind of a highly debated topic in the community. It seems it's a half thing. You either like it or you don't.
Yeah, I'm so into that series. I don't think there's a bad Alien franchise movie.
I really wish they would have continued it, but from Alien Covenant. But oh well.
So what is this next one going to be about?
I don't think we have. We're kind of in the real early stages of writing. Me and Jake have thrown around some riffs and stuff.
No, I was talking about the Alien movie.
Oh, what do you think that's going to be about?
Yeah, but then you could that can segue into what your next album's. I mean, your current album isn't even out yet, so
yeah,
it's a little premature to. I mean, but that's okay. We could talk about. I mean, if you guys are working on stuff already for your next album, that's amazing.
Oh yeah, always working on stuff.
Yeah,
that's our whole band chat is just sending riffs back and forth. So
okay, well that's good to know, man. So what about? Yeah. Do you guys have a how long is your set at the festival? Do you know?
It's 20 minutes.
Actually, I do have the pictures on my phone. Why am I asking you guys that? I can look. So you guys get a 20-minute set. Yep. That's not terrible. You guys are going on at 5:05. Oh, I just got a email. Need a room while in Milwaukee?
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, no, I should be good. Well, because I use so I'm a flight attendant.
Okay.
Really interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but I'm not working. I took 12 months off, but I still have all my benefits, and so I'm flying to Milwaukee using my flight benefits, and so the company knows I'm flying there, so they're like, "Hey, do you need a room while you're there?"
So you got that from work. That's nice.
Got the hookup.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are playing between Illusion of Fate and Backlash on the Dunnable Guitars / MartyrStore.net stage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know those bands?
Illusion of Fate is a Milwaukee band.
Yeah, we've played with them a few times.
Yeah. We good. I've known them for quite some time. They're definitely been working hard as a band and doing some touring and stuff like that. Really good guys.
So on your stage, it starts at 2:30. It's the first stage. You've got Engineered Society Project. Not familiar with them.
Unfamiliar with them.
And then from 3:05 to 3:25, Necrofire, which I know those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Be cool to see them there. Silva are playing from 3:45 to 4:05. Illusion of Fate are playing from 4:25 to 4:45. Then you guys are playing 5:05 to 5:25. Then Backlash 5:45 to 6:05. Hell Witch from 6:25 to 6:45.
Yep, I played with those dudes before in my previous bands. I believe they're from someplace in Florida.
Heathen from 7:10 to 7:35.
One of the best. I love Heathen.
Do you?
Yeah,
I've never seen them.
Mm.
Havoc from 7:55 to 8:20, and Macabre to 8:45 to 9:15. So this is tough, man. Like, when I went to Hell's Heroes and and when I go to Full Terror Assault, there are never more than one band playing at a time.
Yeah, they do the alternating stage thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think time constraints might be one of the things, with a festival like this. This is what I would consider like a corporate festival. It's lots of big bands from all around, but I'm sure the Rave might have some kind of restrictions or something like that on what time the shows can go to. They have to set their crews up for changeovers overnight, and really keep the venue going so that we can do all 4 days of this festival and make sure it runs really smoothly. So there's probably a lot of behind the scenes stuff that fans don't see, and that's what contributes to the set times being how they are. It's got to be a well-oiled machine.
So how this is my first time at this venue. How are there 3 stages?
Well, there's lots of stairs.
Huge.
There's lots of stairs.
Lots of stairs. Somebody else told me that. Yeah,
you're gonna be getting a workout for sure. But
it's a massive venue.
It's a multi-level venue. Last year they had it so that the merch was downstairs in one of their other venues that's not being used. Well, it's being used for the merch. And then we have the bar stage, which is the stage we're playing on. I think the martyrstore.net, that stage is the Rave stage, and then the Eagles Ballroom. Or actually, I think the Eagles Ballroom stage might be the Martyr Store one.
So you're playing on the Dunnable Guitar / martyrstore.net stage. There is a Century Media stage, and there's an indiemerchstore.com
That's
stage.
what it was, yeah. The Martyr Store, I'm pretty sure that's the bar stage. I would assume the Century Media stage would be like the Rave stage, and then maybe the other one, it would be the ballroom, or they might, it might be different. I don't know. I can't say 100% what it's going to be because we don't know. But
yeah, I'm honestly not sure yet.
Okay. So there's like probably the main stage is the big stage.
Yeah, that's Eagles Ballroom.
Okay.
And that's where you're going to be seeing most of your headliners. And there's the Rave stage, which is like, I think it's like 1,500 or 2,000 capacity or something like that. It's like it's smaller than the ballroom, and then you have like the smaller size stage, which is like where you'd see your like I'm not sure if you're familiar with the X-Ray Arcade here. It's just like
I'm not
like a bar stage, where you'd see like
all the fun stage, honestly,
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with any stages. I'm not familiar with Milwaukee hardly at all.
Oh yeah, for sure, no worries. But yeah,
you will be soon.
Where you'd see a lot of your like touring regional acts coming through and stuff like that in your hometown. It's like real similar to that.
So I'm going to show. I just did a Google image search, and then here's all the photos I see.
Yep. Wow. So that's mostly. I think actually all of those photos are from the ballroom.
This is Visit Milwaukee.
Yep.
Oh gosh, where did it go? So that's the outside. Well, let's go to the website because they have their own website. Are you guys seeing this?
Yep.
No, you're just seeing all. No, you're not. You're seeing.
Yeah, I'm seeing all the photos.
Yeah, let's go back to the. Let me change the screen.
Well, Alex, I'm pretty sure you like work at the Rave sometimes, don't you?
Yeah. I work there every now and then. I have my union job, so I haven't been able to be there as much, but every now and then when I can help out there, I end up at the Rave.
So here's the historic Eagles Club.
Yep.
So this is the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So the rave is different.
Yep, the rave is actually, I think that middle picture there. I'm trying to see.
No, I think
No,
that's the
this is
ballroom.
this is
that's
the ballroom.
Yeah, that's
The
back in
ballroom is
main
like
ballroom.
huge, and then the rave is like a pretty big stage. It's a floor below the ballroom, but it's like it's not as big as the ballroom.
Okay.
And then there's a bar, so it's the 3 stages in there. There's a
Yeah,
whole
like
bunch of cool
typically
stuff
the
in there. There's like a
upstage.
pool that a bunch of people have signed. Like I think Mac
Okay,
Miller signed
here's-
that pool like a few weeks before he died.
So this is the rave hall.
Yeah, so that's the rave.
Yeah.
Okay. See people getting slammed into those poles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here's what it looks like with people there. That's that's an awkward angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, it's like just a big open square room. Like there's plenty of room and everything, but yeah, like the rave. I mean, this place is going to be packed. You know, when the fans are in there, like they're when I was in the bar room, there wasn't like a place to stand. Like you're just butt up right next to someone.
Hey, and look, the bathrooms.
Yeah, they just redid those recently. Actually,
Oh, is that why they're like?
Yeah, they're
Like,
all
look at the
fancy now.
bathrooms.
so, and then the rave bar. That's the stage you're going to be playing at, right?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, wait. Sorry,
That'll be fun. That's a fun stage. Like I've taken most of my elbows to the face, like in front of that stage.
Yeah, I've played some pretty rad shows in some of my older bands on that stage. We actually opened up for Sabaton on that stage on like their first like American tour, and
how far is this bar and the seating area from the stage?
It's
literally like right in there. Like it's
Okay.
a small room. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Like if you're facing the stage, like in those photos,
Yeah.
you turn left, you're at the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you could
All
fit
right.
maybe like 400 people in there, like tightly
Okay.
packed, something like that, like 300-400 people.
I mean, I could see that being okay for some of the bands, but I mean, like you said, Heathen and Havoc, it's going to be
pretty wild for those bands for sure. Like, yeah, it's fun though, man. Like the energy, like I remember last year, like the energy was just amazing. Everyone was having a good time. Like, and it's going to be an even better year this year. Like,
here's some photos from last year's. Well, this is Wisconsin Metal Fest from 2013.
Yeah, they have like they actually used to do they used to stream shows back in the day, and like they have like pretty much photo sets from like back in the day, like pretty much I think since at least like 2005.
Wow.
I have a couple of my band's old sets are on there. Like if you typed in Sabaton, you'd see like my
that's cool.
pictures from my old band. It's crazy. Like,
dude, that'd be crazy to see Sabaton in such a small venue like that.
Dude, it was hilarious because we walk in and I forget the name of that vocalist, but
Joachim or whatever.
Yeah, he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, yeah, sorry guys, this is the room you get to play when it's your first tour in America." And then like this was the old Sabaton lineup, so their drummer, I don't think is in the band anymore. He was playing like. Yeah, he had like drumsticks in his nose and he's like playing like his drums with his like face or something like that. And the guitarist was wearing like this like fuzzy panda hat, and like they were just like the funniest dudes ever, like real cool guys.
They're going to have the Republican National Convention there this year.
Yeah. I'll be working
at the Rave.
Most of that.
Oh my God.
It's going to be.
I'm not going to lie. So many people are going to get robbed there. The Rave, the neighborhood the Rave is in is like, it's all right. Like definitely watch when you're driving away from there, like watch your car. God. Like people, like almost every big show I've been to there's always a car accident.
So it's basically going to be a metal fest now and a Trump rally in a couple months.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's going to be pretty crazy because they have like whenever any political, we were supposed to have the DNC here as well around COVID, and then obviously that got canceled. But they had like every venue, big or small, was rented out, and it's going to be the same thing for the RNC. Like it's a lot of work for. I work in IATSE, which is like the staging union,
Okay.
for most of the world, to be honest, and they do a lot of movies and just a little bit of everything, in the entertainment industry. So we're pretty busy with all of that stuff when it comes here. It's going to be pretty wild. Lots of no sleep, and everything's just.
So other than playing the Milwaukee Metal Fest, are you working it too?
No. I am going to be enjoying that week.
That's cool, man.
I already took off of work and everything. So
if you guys saw my Hell's Hero footage, I'm not gonna make a same kind of video that I did for that. I used my phone, and I actually made a pin that says, "Yes, I am press. Yes, I'm using my iPhone." Because one of the security guards gave me a hard time. Where's your camera? I'm like, it's right here, motherfucker. Because I showed him because he pushed me. He's like, get out of here. I'm like, I'm press. He's like, where's your camera? I'm like, it's right here. Wow. So that's why I had to make that pen, because because sometimes security guards can be a little overzealous.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of them are a little too excited to do their job. Yeah,
and especially if they're not metal people themselves, and they've got a bad attitude about the whole event. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys saw that. For those of you that have subscribed from my my footage from the Hell's Heroes events, I'm going to do this one different. I'm going to just share my experience with you. I'm going to try to get up close. I have a photo pass, so I can get in.
Yeah.
In front of the barricade, between the stage and the barricade. So I'll definitely do that for you guys. Capture some. I don't record the whole songs because of like copyright things, but I'll get clips. So I'll get some clips of you guys. I'll get clips of some of the other bands. Of course, Mr. Bungle and Blind Guardian. I'm so stoked to see. I like all kinds of metal, man. Like, I'm a death metal guy, but I love me some power metal. I'm excited to see Slaughter to Prevail. Like, honestly, like, I'm not really a huge fan of theirs, but
they probably crush live. I'm absolutely sure they kill live.
Without a doubt. Like, it's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. So
yeah.
So they're the last band that plays on Sunday. I'm gonna get the beginning of their set and watch the fans go crazy, and then try to make my way out of there.
Yeah, have fun.
Beat the traffic. Yeah, like I'm serious. Like, have fun leaving the rave. It's a good time.
Well, I'm like I said, I'm staying with someone. She said she lives 10 minutes away.
All right.
So we'll see. We'll see if that doesn't work out. Please help me out, because
yeah, absolutely. I have an issue actually. I live in Madison now, so I live like an hour and a half west of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So you can come stay with me, but
it's a drive. It's a drive. Are you going to drive back and forth each day, or just your day?
I drive back and forth all the time to like play with these guys. So, I don't know if I'm going Sunday. I'll definitely go day 2, because that's everyone. I know I'm actually pretty well acquainted with Jeff Becerra, so I'm gonna go hang out with him after Possessed plays.
Oh, that's cool. You got to introduce me to him.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I think
nice guy. He's really funny. That man is hilarious.
I mean, I would love to do interviews with as many people as possible, but he's a legend.
Yeah.
I mean, and my friend, my hetero life mate Russell, he was my bass player back in the day, and he's a huge Primus fan. And Larry Lalonde was the original guitarist for Possess.
Yep.
So
it's one of my favorite pieces of music trivia. Like, how that's so funny to me.
Yeah, like he almost pretty much invented death metal. The dude from Primus.
Yeah.
And he's so overshadowed by Les Claypool in that band.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. And like, even like Mr. Bungle with the the Rage of the Easter Bunny. I can't even remember why can't I think of the anyway, well, they re-recorded that a couple years ago, but if you
Mhm.
listen to those original demos, I mean that's straight up grindcore,
Yeah.
you know? So it's good that
Is Dave Lombardo playing with them at
yes.
Metal Fest? That'll be cool.
Yes. Yes, Dave Lombardo formerly from Slayer.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah, he is the Mr. Bungle drummer and
Yeah.
Scott Ian from Anthrax.
Yep. That band is
Yeah.
awesome.
That's gonna be wild.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. I would love to see them in Houston, but I can't afford to see them both
Yeah.
times.
You'll
you
see
know?
him. You'll see him a few weeks later anyway. So
Yeah, and Autopsy was here for Hell's Heroes, but I missed them because that was an outside stage, and they evacuated everybody, and so I left. I missed Autopsy and Candlemass.
Damn.
So I was like,
Candlemass
well,
is really good live.
I've heard. I haven't seen him actually, but
yeah, neither have I.
I saw him on
Yeah.
70,000 Tons of Metal, and that was my first time. But they crushed, man.
How many times have you done 70 tons?
This is my 7th year, I think.
Wow.
Maybe 8th year. I can't remember what year I actually started, but yeah, it's like my 7th or 8th time, I think.
I've thought about it, but man, that's expensive.
it is.
Yeah,
It's expensive.
I build the stage, so it's a little cheaper
Okay.
for me, luckily. But
Understood.
yeah, it is. It's an expensive one for sure. But I can tell you, everything is worth it about that festival. It is.
I believe it.
It's got the vibe of FTA, but on a giant boat. Like if you can imagine that, like
that's what scares me.
dude, like no, it's like I'm surprised like there haven't like been like someone that's like fallen off or something, because you'll see people like just like there's like a big mall area, like I've seen people just like passed out on the floor, like it's just, you know, people just up for 2-3 days straight just fucking partying, you know.
Well, I mean, they have bands go on at like 4:00 in the morning and shit.
Yeah,
like,
and each band does 2 sets, you know, on the cruise, so you can see, you know, whatever band
Do
2
they?
times. Yeah, it's pretty
wild.
crazy. Yeah.
I know that.
maybe one day I'll make it, but right now it's not
Yeah.
high on my list.
Yeah, go next year. There's gonna be so many German people there next year. For like Tankard.
Yeah,
Like, what
yeah.
are we talking about? Like we have
there's
a
a good
theory
amount
that
of
we think that
Germans
they're
on
just gonna do the whole like German Big Four.
I think that's what they're going for too, but I mean, I don't know anything, so we'll see.
Who's on your German Mount Rushmore?
Like people or bands?
Bands. Yeah, bands. Who because you said the German Big Four. Who would you consider the German Big Four?
Oh yeah, they call that was a Sodom, Creator,
Okay.
Tankard, and Destruction.
Okay. All right. Nice.
I'm a huge Sodom fan, so if Sodom's on there, like I
think they might have been on last year, or I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, so I don't think they'll be on this year. But
they were on They were at Hell's Heroes, so I got to see them. I just love their Job of the Hutt song because I'm a fucking dork. So awesome, guys. Well, man, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys kill it.
We're very excited. We've been excited
Fest.
for a long time. It's the anticipation is killing us. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about 3 weeks away.
Yep.
Something like that. Yeah.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, it's getting
Is it April? Is it the 29th of April?
It is.
It is.
Oh man, I'm coming off of like 3 days of like hard partying. I thought it was like the 24th, and I just looked at my phone. It's like it's the 29th. I'm like,
so,
you missed 5 days.
I don't know if you saw our post, but we were actually gonna have Eric House from Mortiscald playing the set with us, filling in for Milwaukee Metal Fest. So that's going to be pretty cool too. A really good old friend of mine. I've known him for very many years, and it's really cool that he's filling in for us for this set. So we just wanted to send a shout out to him.
Yeah, and like I said,
shout out to Mortiscald too. That band is incredible.
I'm not in any social media other than YouTube and LinkedIn, so I did not see anything.
Yeah, we recently just gonna keep it short and simple, but we recently parted ways with our drummer, and just a lot of differences and stuff like that, and we wish him the best and everything, and I played with that dude for a really long time, but yeah, Eric's filling in for us, and it's gonna be fun, and yeah.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool, man. Well, it's unfortunate you had to bid adieu to someone that's been in the band for a while, but things happen,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that someone's able to step up because this is going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big event.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Very
going to be
huge
awesome.
responsibility for us, and definitely the biggest show we would have played. I think our second biggest would have been the pre-party for 70,000 tons of metal. Well, it was like an unofficial pre-party, but it was
that was such a good show. That was in a bar, but it was, I mean, everyone from like 70K was in town in Miami.
It was in Miami.
I didn't know how many people were because there was like 3 events going on
South Beach.
Yeah,
there were like 3 events going on that night, like 3 metal shows just on the beach, and then we're about to go on. There's like, dude, that felt like there were like 200 people packed into like this like tiny bar.
Like that was a really fun show. Capacity. So yeah, it was wild.
I had John Chu from Cannibal Abortion like just be in my muscle because we were playing on the floor because there's 5 of us, so it's like I just kept getting elbowed, and I'm like, like I need you to stand here and like block people for me because I physically can't play this if I'm getting hit this much.
Yeah, it was to the point where like I was backed up against like a sub or a wall or something, and there was just pits in front of us, people slamming into my guitar and stuff. Like, I mean, it was such a crazy show, man. That's probably one of my favorite shows I've ever played.
Wild, man. Well, maybe I'll make it one day. Maybe I'll just go to Miami just for the pre-party.
Oh, that's worth it too. They have plenty of shows going on. I think Rock and Roll Ribs, which is I can't remember which Iron Maiden member owns that. But,
it's Nico.
Nico.
Yeah, the drummer. Yeah, actually, I've been meaning to go. That's in Fort Lauderdale.
Which is a little bit far away from all the people, but a lot of people still go there. And there's a couple other events going on. Heavy Metal Beach Party. That's one that they just threw their show at the Clevelander, which is where the pre-party is every year. But they actually allowed them to have bands, and that was a thing. So
the Clevelander is such a douchebag. I'm sorry. It's definitely not something you'd ever see a metal show at. So
dude, it's hilarious because like everyone knows what kind of club that club normally is, and then for like the 2 or 3 days before, it's just they're blasting like all kinds of slam death metal and like just shit we'd listen to. And everyone's just walking along like, what the hell is going on here? Like, and it's just great. Like good people watching, and South Beach is just wild in general. So
that's crazy. So all right, June 21st, your album Echoes of Annihilation.
There you go. 3rd time's the charm.
There you go. Is going to be released. You're playing Milwaukee Metal Fest. You guys have any other shows or tours or anything coming up? Any festival appearances?
We have we have one tour that's not announced yet with some very old friends of mine. We're really excited to announce that one. That's going to be in August.
That's like a whole West Coast thing, right?
Yeah. No, it's just like a 4 or 5 day run, but we are going to be looking to do some West Coast touring this year. We're kind of waiting to handle everything after Milwaukee Metal Fest and just kind of focus on that right now because it's just like a really, really big thing we need to be solid for. After that, we're going to talk touring plans. We originally were going to do something in July, but I think we're going to have to push that further back. We're going to try and go to Canada, but we're definitely going to try and hit some other countries, be it Canada or Mexico or something like that, and then do as much U.S. touring as we possibly can this year. So yeah, we still have a lot of talking to do, but we definitely have plans to tour and get this album out for sure.
So my buddy Aaron, he's filled in with. He's a drummer. He's a really good drummer, but he's filled in for Enterprise Earth in England. He filled in with Fallujah in Canada, and
Mm.
he hasn't said this, but I think the reason he's had to fill in as a drummer for some of these bands is because the drummers are not felons, but they have a criminal record. You know, like if you get busted for like drunk driving or possession or something, Canada won't let you in.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they
I
are
forgot
very,
about that. Yeah, actually.
they
Yeah.
are very strict on that. I think
Yeah.
I think it's up to like 15 years or something like that. If you have like a 15-year previous like conviction of drunk driving, you really can't get into the country. I think there's some kind of form you can like fill out now where you can pay like X amount of dollars, and then they might let you in if you get like a cool border patrol person, but they could just be like, yeah, you still can't come in and just take your money. Then that's happened to actually a couple people that I know.
Oh, what a country extorting money for you to get in? Unheard
Yeah.
of.
So yeah, I can connect you with he's on his he's on YouTube. He just played. I just see that he's played with these bands when he sets up a drum cam. He sets up like a GoPro
Yeah.
as he plays, and I'm like, oh well, I guess you were in Canada with Fallujah, and then I'm like, oh, I guess you were in England with Enterprise Earth, because he's not in those bands. He just had to play. He just filled in.
Yeah, it seems
So-
like a lot of like national bands and stuff like that. I mean, that's pretty much what it's come down to. I mean, finding drummers that can play, this kind of, faster death metal and stuff like that. I mean, it's really hard to find.
Yeah.
And most of those guys, they're in like 2, 3, 4 other bands, half
Oh,
of
yeah.
them tour, half of them are just like, they're fun projects and stuff like that. But it's just finding those guys, you usually have to look to a different state. Usually, you have to actually do some work to find those guys. So,
yeah.
any drummers out there watching this, Ancient Entities, we're looking for full-time guy.
Yeah, I really wish Eric from Mortis Gold. He's not gonna have time to play with us, but that guy is phenomenal, like insanely
Sick
good
drummer. Yeah.
Well, that's good that he's able to play with you guys coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm looking
And
forward to
there's
seeing
a
that.
couple guys from Milwaukee that I know that can fill in for bigger shows. I mean, we might have to do some stuff with the drum machine for now, but we have good like samples and everything, so it'll still sound good. We'll still be out there in some way, shape, or form doing it, and not having a drummer isn't going to stop us from making our music. So we're definitely going to continue in any way that we can.
It doesn't stop Mortician.
No,
never has.
It doesn't
exactly.
stop
I actually didn't know till we did CDF last year that they like have a drummer.
Well, there was this guy who went on tour with Death Clock recently, and it was just like a guitar player or something like that. And I think someone was even saying like the vocals were just backing tracks or whatever, and he just played guitar to just all of the backing track, and he's on tour with Death Clock. It's like it doesn't matter anymore. Like there are people that are like, oh, like it's not live then, but it's like, does anyone really care? Like, does it sound good? Is it legit?
Yeah.
Like,
I care a little bit. I would really like to, like, I'm definitely not gonna like stop looking for a drummer. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is fine with drum tracks. Like, I like playing with the full band.
well, yeah, like don't get me wrong, but like people who are coming to see the show, they don't care. Like, you go up on stage and do your thing. Like,
awesome. Well, guys, I've kept you a little over an hour. I don't want to keep you any longer. I know you guys have other stuff to do. So
for sure.
I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. And
yeah, thanks for having us, man. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate
to talk to you.
Yeah, you too, guys. And stick around for a minute. I'm gonna say a couple of things to my audience and then close it out. But I'd like to talk to you off camera too.
All right, yeah, cool, man.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Ancient Entities from Milwaukee playing at Milwaukee Metal Fest on May 17th. Yes, I will be there. Guys, I can't believe it. I've kind of sort of been to Milwaukee, but not really. I just kind of went there, got some cheese, and came back. This was forever ago. I didn't see this guy, so I got to take a selfie with this guy. So you'll have to see my videos from Milwaukee Metal Fest and whatever else I'm able to do in Milwaukee. So not sure what I'm doing next. Maybe I'll go to Fort Lauderdale and eat at Nico's Rib Shack. That's not what it's called, but I've been talking. I actually have been talking to somebody about that. So who knows? But until then, I guess I'll see you then. Bye, everybody. All right. Oh, come on.